going to get right into it today.
Okay.
Because I've got something on my mind.
Business.
Yeah, I do mean business, and I just want your opinion on something. Been very happily married for a long time now to my lovely wife, Liza. You've known Liza for a very long time. Gourley, you've met Liza.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful person.
She's right.
And what's that?
Sorry.
Yeah, whatever this is,
she's right.
Okay, well, here's my problem. So we grew up different. Okay, we grew up differently.
Oh, yeah.
She grew up in a very sensible home, okay? She has one sister. When you go to their home, it's very sensible. They're lovely people. They're sane. Everything's just so, And you contrast that with the way that I grew up. And again, I love my parents and my siblings. But there was a lot of us, when my parents would go to the grocery store, they would, first of all, before we could go with them, they would have to buy a lot of food. Oh, yeah. And then when we could go, we, of course, were just terrible, rotten kids, and we would just throw, because there were so many grocery carts, because there's so many people in the family. My grandmother lived with us, and we would throw all kinds of crud into the grocery cart that we could, processed junk food. And my mother would try to weed it all out at the checkout line. But of course you can't. It's too much. And she's weeding some of it out, but we're sneaking it back in. And then we get home, and there's, literally just awful, cheese-flavored, puffed-up stuff made by, filled with chemicals called dippity-dappity-doo-doos. Stuff they later found out was just chock full of dangerous, toxic chemicals. And it's now in a landfill somewhere. But anyway, so that was the kind of way I grew up. And we were voracious eaters. And still, you've seen me eat, Sona.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
You eat like you have siblings looming over you.
Yeah, I eat really quickly. So anyway, I was the other day hanging out with Liza, and she just mentioned, she said, yeah, I'm off to the market and get some stuff. And I went, great. So I'm just, whatever, as you do, you regress, and I'm getting hungry, and I'm thinking about her coming in with bags and bags of just like food. And I'm forgetting that I married this sensible person.
Yeah.
And so I'm imagining there's going to be Doritos.
Oh, no.
And Captain Crunch, and just a giant roast turkey that's got gravy on it already, and there's going to be, some Swedish fish, and then there's going to be like 3 milkshakes and a couple of hamburgers that have been,
my God. You sound like you're high.
I'm just, yeah, exactly. Yeah. She comes in and she's all happy, and I'm like, oh, good. What'd you get? And she said, well, I got some fresh almonds, and I got some blackberries.
You know what? Liza isn't right.
No, but then I found out in her defense, and so I'm like, what? What? And then I found out that she went to the farmer's market. But still, even if I went to the farmer's market, if I got almonds and blackberries, I would... I don't know, on the way home, I'd stop at a 7-Eleven and I'd force them at gunpoint to make me a ham sandwich using pieces of Slim Jim, Like, I would do something. Now I'm getting really hungry, and she went, oh, it's fine. And of course, she's very beautiful, but she said, it's fine. And, I see her eating a couple of nuts, and, I'm drinking a little tea with it, and then I'm having my blackberries, and everything's just, and I know that her parents would be like, oh, yes, good for you. Yes.
You're so angry.
And, her parents were like, well, there's 2 of us, so we'll have 2 children, and that just evens things out. Now, 6 almonds for each of you, and let's have some tea, and that was good. Everyone take a nap. But first,
deeper.
I'll walk around the pond.
Oh, this goes
and
deeper.
In my family, it's...
Do you resent Liza for getting so much attention and love from when she was young, and you had to share it with...
Yes, doctor.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So this is not about almonds and blackberries.
Well, it kind of is, because when you're hungry and you're 6'4", right? 198 pounds of pure muscle.
Oh. Okay. Well, I've been to your house, and you guys always have a lot of good food.
I know. I was just in this moment looking at, I was looking at these almonds, raw almonds, not even salted and roasted.
That's problematic.
Raw, because roasted and almond, that might have some dangerous nutrients in there.
Oh my God. You are charged.
No, I'm just, am I wrong? And so
No,
I
you're
actually...
not.
She cares about your health.
I cupped my hands, and I put some almonds in there, and I put a few blackberries. And
so sad.
I really did feel like I was someone who had been, my plane had gone down 3 weeks ago, and I had wandered through and I was about to die, but I found a couple of nuts and a couple of berries, and I was like, blah, 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 and just was stuffing them into my face.
Oh, man.
And then people were coming over then, and they were like, oh, hey, Conan. I'm like, and I had blackberry around my lips. I was like, You know, when a vampire sees a crust, it's like, don't touch my blackberries. And of course, she's perfectly fine. She was like, oh man, am I stuffed?
If she brought home Doritos and like a ham sandwich made of Slim Jims, you would have eaten it. You would have been really happy. Then afterwards, you would have been really upset at yourself, wouldn't you?
No.
Okay,
I would have blacked out in a reverie.
I remember when you and I
would have awoken in with a sensual high.
I remember when you and I ate the McRib sandwich.
Oh, that was
once.
okay. Well, let's not get in trouble with a major company.
Is it? Why can't we talk about McDonald's? I love McDonald's,
Let's
but their
not get
McRib
in trouble with a major
garbage.
company. What?
I have
That's
never
the
offended.
weediest thing I've ever
I've
heard.
never offended a major company.
I don't ever want to hear it from you again. Let's not get in trouble with a major. You wouldn't even name the name of the company
I'm
in
loving
that apology.
I'm loving it.
Oh my God. Let's not get in trouble
loving
with a major company.
Do.
Don't do
I'm loving it.
What a sellout! You're such a
Oh
sellout.
my God.
Oh my God.
Biggest weenie I've ever met.
I will not offend any group of white men that have formed a corporate concern for profit. They shall be protected on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
Oh my God. That's why you're mad at Liza. She didn't bring home a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could have killed a Big Mac. Man, that company does it right. Always have.
God.
And always will.
I'm a Burger King fan myself.
Well, them too. You can't go wrong with those big companies.
I'm a Taco Bell boy.
Yep. You know who's good at drilling for oil? Texaco. In my opinion. Keep at it, fellas. Get that liquid gold. Anywho, I think my wife's right, and in her defense, she was just going to the farmer's market, but she's always been that way. I think on our first date, I said, you want to get lunch? And she said, oh, I'm okay. I just had 2 walnuts and some green tea. And I almost jumped out a window. Because for me, lunch involves at least 4 whole hams.
A family of pigs.
A family of pigs.
Dad, a mom,
And
a daughter,
they've been
son.
dipped in caramel.
Oh my God.
Anyway, my apologies to my in-laws and my wife.
And to McDonald's.
And to ham.
No apology to McDonald's.
Wait, what?
I said the McRib was garbage.
It's not garbage.
That's pretty bad.
It's not. Liar. Do. I'm loving it. Keep making those McRibs. Whatever you do is right. Well, anyway, now on to Bell Helicopters. Maker of military helicopters and damn good ones.
We're done. Stop.
All right, I'm done
Okay,
here.
Good.